gotta be. I'm telling you, the world becomes a better place. When we let our inside out, the world becomes a better place. When we let our inside out, when we let our inside out, the world becomes a better place. The world becomes a better place. The world becomes a better place. Place, place, place. Inside out. When we let our inside out.
Hello, family. Welcome to 2014. We are so glad to be here with you. And we're so glad that you're here with us so we can share on the dawn of 2014 this opportunity to live life to its fullest. God has blessed us with another year. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. We have some exciting talent on our show today. We have Mr. Pablo Batista, the excellent percussionist, Winston Gay, amazing us with his guitar stylings, and Mr. Carlos Jones, who's going to sing a song that is going to touch us deeply in our heart. We also took a trip to a really fabulous fashion event, and we're going to share some of the things that went on down there. Stick around, everybody. We are so glad that you're here. Welcome to 2014 on the Steve Green Show. Enjoy the guitar stylings of Winston Gay. We got a call from Pablo Batista to come down to his house and spend a little time with him. We're going to go down there and check him out. Hi, we're at my friend Pablo Batista's house. Pablo has been so gracious as to invite me into his home so we could spend a little time together to talk about what he's done, what he's doing, and what he's going to do. Thank you, Pablo.
Thank you for coming, and welcome to my home, my studio, and it's great to have you, Steve.
I know that you work with Grover Washington Jr. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, that was what a beautiful experience that was. A real big part of my life. I was at Temple. I did a demo tape at Temple where I have a bachelor's degree in pre-law. I graduated in '85. I went in '81 and got out in '85. But upon graduating, I ran into a manager of a great singer by the name of Jean Carn. She was doing a record by the name Closer Than Close, which turned out to be my first recording. Grover was producing it, and her manager, it was a weird story. I was working at I think Urban Coalition, and my boss was her manager's friend, and he heard my demo. He took it to him directly, and he gave it to Grover, and Grover called me up immediately and said, "Yo, you sound great, kid. Why don't you come over to the studio and play for me?" I went and auditioned for Grover, and he really dug me, and he said, "Come back to the studio the next day," and the rest is history. I did the record. Closer Than Close was my first song I did, and was a hit. We did a couple songs on the record, and then he started calling me for more things. And then, as a result of working at Alpha, I ran into other great people like Nick Martinelli, who was a great producer, and did a bunch of recordings with Regina Bell and Gladys Knight and Phyllis Hyman. And then I started working with Phyllis. I started working with Regina. Then George Howard called me, and so it kind of snowballed. I was like the young kid that was really amazing in percussion, and I was, just fortunate that I was able to go from one gig to the other and continuing to work with Grover. And then Grover called me that was in '85 I started working for him. So I worked with Grover from '85 to '90 on and off.
We also played together. You played my band for a while, the Elevators, man. We had some good times.
Oh yeah. That was a great training ground. I mean, we were in the clubs grinding and sweating, and we played hard, and that's where, Philadelphia is a very unique city because there's an attitude that we have that it's kind of like people don't talk about it, but I talk about it when I teach my students. It's called malicia, which is malice. Philadelphia musicians tend to have that we grow up in hard, cold climates, hot climates, just changes all the time. So our adaptability, and also New York musicians are similar as well. But, we end up working really hard. We're tough players, and kind of like a blue collar kind of vibe, but it's a great way to approach your instrument for me. It's really like I go full steam.
Yeah, we have some great cats in the band. Jeff Lee.
He was amazing. Stephen Wolf, who I eventually turned on to Grover and became Grover Washington's drummer.
Ted Baker,
who went on to Broadway to play in The Lion King, and also with Steely Dan and Greg Scott, with yourself, with Breakwater. I mean, it was just like everyone was somebody amazing. It was just a really great time in my life.
Mine too, Pablo. Yeah. Well, but then you went on to some other things after Grover. Man, let's talk about that. You went on with Alicia Keys.
I did, but there's a lot of other little people I like to talk about. Not little people, but
Little people.
no, not little people. But you know, I spent really a lot of few years with Jeffrey Osborne, who was amazing. Another brother that I worked with who's no longer with us, Gerald Levert, who I loved dearly. He was a sweetheart, man.
Gerald's a beautiful cat, man.
I love Gerald. That was another hit, you know. It was another hit. And then, you know, and then we lost Phyllis, who was another person, and George Howard passed on. There's quite a few artists that I've worked with that moved on. But that was, you know, again, you know, a time where, you know, live musicians were being used, Pro Tools. They didn't know about Pro Tools. It was people making music, and it was organic. And, you know, and I'm hoping and praying that gets back to that, because there's nothing like live music. You can't replace people.
The sound that breathes, man. Each note has a breath.
And you can react, and you can ad lib, and you can react and respond and call and response, and all the dynamics and all the things that come along with music, which makes music. You know, all the nuances are oftentimes eliminated by using electronics. Well, when you use people, those things are always considered. You know, at least when you use the right people.
The right people, yeah. Yeah. So, but now let's talk about Alicia Keys and Kurt Franklin.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that was a great tour. I spent about almost 2 years with Kurt. I was actually on tour with Jill Scott, doing a tour. Golden. She won a Grammy for that. I was on that tour, and while on tour, Kurt came to the concert, and I have to admit that I really didn't know who Kurt was that well. I had to call a friend of mine, and he kind of flipped out because not so much at the time. I know now. But I spent like almost 2 years with Kurt. We did the Hero tour, and then I did a recording with him right after the Hero tour. I think I forgot the name of it. It's on the wall somewhere. It's the boxing ring or something. Fight of Your Life or something, I think it's called, which won a Grammy as well. But he was amazing. I love Kurt. I still do. He's just a super guy, and you know, it was just another great experience in my life. And then I worked with Alicia, and Alicia's been 13 years since I've been working with her. And you know, she's had changes. You know, she downsized her band this year and stuff like that. But I've been with her since the beginning of her career, and still working with her. We just completed the my 10th. She does this benefit called Keep the Child Alive benefit. Which benefits the children in Africa. She builds hospitals, and I mean she's an amazing person. People really don't know all the things that Alicia has done for humanity and for the children of Africa and for the people in Africa. But so she's had this foundation for 10 years, and what we do is we back up like all these amazing artists, you know, and not just in the R&B field, but the world. Like someone like Lou Reed. From Lou Reed to Lenny Kravitz to Justin Timberlake to Angelique Koujo to Youssef N'Dour to Paul Simon, Kathleen Battles, Pharrell, who's really bad, Roy Ayers, we just did.
Roy, yeah.
Yeah, we just rocked with Roy. Also, Carole King, you know, like just really like amazing artist, and she brings together, and you know, like it's always an amazing event. You know, people like Clinton and Oprah and Whoopi Goldberg are always attend these things, and it just gives me an opportunity to learn other musicians' music and back up. Like the array of artists that I backed up within the 10 years has just been pretty mind-boggling to me. I just like shake my head and say, "Wow, I can't believe it," but I do it, and you know, we're rocking.
Well, God has smiled on you, brother,
Yeah, no,
and He continues to smile on you. I'm on the other side of the drums now because I want to get out of your way. But I want to ask you a question. From being in Philadelphia, what musical influence on the percussion have you had? Who's influenced you?
Great question. Well, from being in Philly, I think one of the things, growing up in Philly, so to speak, because I was in my college and formative years, how can you not be influenced by Gamble and Huff? You know, they've had an amazing list of talent, and so one of the guys that you did a lot of session work for them, which kind of influenced me, was this guy named Larry Washington, who's a conga player, percussionist, And not a lot of people talk about Larry, but Larry has some really cool grooves, and famous grooves that may not have compared to like the heavy folkloric Afro-Cuban or Afro-Puerto Rican or Afro-African or Afro-Caribbean rhythms, but he had a serious impact in R&B music in that his rhythms, although they were simple, they really held some pieces together, and they were signature parts. For instance, like the rhythm that was played for "I Love Music," the OJ's, which I thank God I also had the opportunity of playing with as well. But he had this groove, like it's real simple, but it's just locked the whole piece, and it just went. If you listen to "I Love Music," you're gonna hear "I love music," and as simple as that may be, that was like, wow, congas were in music, and it really propelled people to have percussionists like Teddy. He had Larry Washington had another groove that I copied and started utilizing, and what I did was I started doing more research. But another groove that Larry had that was really cool, it was like one like. I can't love you anymore. I don't love you anymore. You know what I mean? It's just like a simple groove, but just had and he played these grooves on a lot of same grooves on the same on a lot of records, and they always worked, and it was amazing. So
he played on like Bowie and a whole bunch of different David Bowie, a bunch of different records, man. Yeah,
unsung dudes.
I'm going to get out the way right now and let Pablo do his thing because this brother's bad. Go ahead, Pablo. Pablo Batista, Hands of Fire. Thanks for inviting us into your home today, Pablo.
Thank you for coming. You're always welcome, my brother. Love you, man.
I love you too, brother.
Look forward to keeping working with you too.
Oh, thank you. God bless you, man.
Thank you, man. All right.
We're here with Kite Brewster. Kite was the designer of this amazing fashion show. It was a beautiful clothing, Kite.
Thank you very much. It's exciting to be able to bring a show like this to Philadelphia. We had a lot of design students here tonight, as well as the Everlord girls. So, it's amazing to be able to give back and take some time out, come here to Philly. I got to meet a lot of great people and expose them to my collection, so I'm really excited. It was a wonderful evening.
So where's your home, Kite?
I'm based in New York City, originally from St. Louis, Missouri.
St. Louis.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate your work, man, and coming to Philly for this great cause. My daughter is an inspiring fashion designer.
Oh, very good. Well, let's get her in my intern program. We take interns who come down and doesn't work at Fashion Week, so maybe she can, through the Everlure House, reach out to me. I'll try to get her in.
Oh, that's great. We're here with the beautiful Cecily Lopez, wonderful model. How you doing?
I'm all right. It's happy to be back in Philly, so it's always nice to be here.
So tell us some things that you've been doing, Cecily.
Well, same old, same old. I mean, just modeling and just trying to make some money.
That's the name of the game, right?
Yeah, you know, it's a job, so yeah, just staying with the high fashion stuff.
Are you happy doing what you're doing?
Yeah, it's just great to be acknowledged, especially in my hometown, for all the hard work that I've been doing over the years. So it's always nice to come back home, especially when it's this welcoming.
That's great. Well, God bless you in your career. It's nice meeting you.
Likewise, thank you.
Down here at the Jade L'Amour event, a beautiful fashion event with some beautiful people. Tell us about yourself.
I'm Deborah Guignard. I'm a stylist here from New York, celebrity stylist, and I'm always, in town to support my girl Cheryl Wallington. I love her organization. It does a lot to help these young teen girls, and I'm just excited to be here for the fashion show.
Oh, that's great. And who do we have over here?
How you doing? I'm Sheldon Vernil, male model from New York and Philadelphia too. I'm here supporting the event. I'm always about charity and giving back, so that's why I'm here.
I was checking out that gold suit you were wearing, bro. It's bad to the bone.
Oh yeah, man, it was fabulous, man. The designer was wonderful. The clothes was wonderful. It was all around beautiful event tonight.
Great, Sheldon. Thanks for coming down. It was a good job. And you did the makeup for the event, didn't you?
One of the makeup artists. My name's Daria Latham. I'm a makeup artist working in New York. All the makeup was provided by Nika K Cosmetics. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support, and we're here to support the Everlure House. Absolutely love Cheryl Wallington. She's one of my mentors, and I'm just so proud of the fashion show. It was absolutely outstanding. All the designs by Keith Brewster, amazing. Just nothing else to say but amazing, flawless.
We're here with Pat Coates and Patricia Coates and Cheryl Wadlington at this fabulous event. We've had such a great time.
Thank you. I'm so happy to see you out, and we finally realized we know each other from high school. Yeah. But Pat is the chairman of Everlure House, and we really had a great turnout. Did you like the show? Wasn't it hot?
Oh, it was very hot.
Those girls were smoking on that runway. Oh, yeah. So, we were looking to raise a certain amount of funds this time to help us continue the work of empowering girls. And so we might have done it, with the help of Pat and all the other great board of directors and people who came out tonight. It was absolutely fabulous.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, Pat, can you tell us about the Everlure House and what's going on?
Yes, well, the Everlure House was first started out by Cheryl Wallington, who is a fashion icon in the fashion industry, as well as a well-known businesswoman in the business community here in Philadelphia. And we started the Everlure House in 2004, and our goal is to empower young girls, young at-risk girls between the ages of 14 and 18. And we do everything. We have two 12-week programs. One is a workforce development program, and the other is a personal development program, and we teach all of our girls about every aspect of life, from personal hygiene to the importance of nutrition and proper and economics and philanthropy and entrepreneurship. We teach them everything, how to set their goals and how to achieve them, and we're making great strides. We have about 800 graduates now, and all of our graduates have graduated from high school successfully, and at least 70% of our graduates have gone on to secondary schools. The other 30% are still in high school, so they are Everlure girls in the making, and they will no doubt be a success.
This was a great event. Thanks for doing it. It was nice hanging. All right, that's my pleasure. Peace.
He said peace out. So
Well, I can stop that.
we need more people like you who are willing to come out and support our causes. So it just means a lot to us.
It was our pleasure. Thank you. All right. We had a wonderful time being with you today, and we hope that you enjoyed this time that we spent together. We look forward to seeing you again. And until we do see you again, remember, you don't have to worry about nothing because God is on your side. Peace. We love you. See you next time.
Silver and gold, silver and gold, than silver and gold. Nor fame, nor fortune, nor riches untold. I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. Don't give me a mansion on top of a hill. Don't give me the world, no, 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 with the shallow hold. 'Cause I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. Silver and gold, silver and gold, silver and gold. I'd much rather have Jesus than silver and gold. Nor fame, nor fortune, nor riches untold. I'd rather have Jesus than silver and gold. Woke up this morning feeling kind of down. I called on my best friend, yes I did, but she could not